Hi everybody, Vanquished Angel here, and today we've got another operating system we're going to review. This one is Trisquel. I've used this one before and I actually really liked it. It's based on Ubuntu, but Trisquel is free as in libre. So there's no proprietary code inside of it. It's almost all from like the GNU project, and it is a wonderful operating system. Doesn't usually have any way to install graphics drivers in it though. So if you are going to be gaming, like heavy gaming, I'm not talking about like light little Facebook flash games gaming at all, but if you're going to be like heavy gaming, then Trisquel is not going to be the one for you. But on other desktops or for other uses, Trisquel will work just fine. I don't know about its state now, but it used to have problems with Flash also because Flash is proprietary. But there's so many ways around it now, and then there's that Flash player, Fresh Player and stuff that can get installed. So we're just going to go straight for the install. And it should install just like any other Debian style operating system. I'm going to switch to full screen mode. So the showstopper for me was the last time I used Trisquel was before there was any type of graphic acceleration at all. So it didn't have any way to accelerate the graphics, which made it not a good option for me. However, they've come a long way, and the graphics, the open source graphics, have adapted, and they now, and for quite a while now, have had 3D acceleration in them that they didn't used to have back then. We're not going to download updates while installing. And notice it didn't give that third-party option. Sure, we can do that. I don't care that it's short. So I guess by default it enables encryption and stuff, which is okay. It makes it a little bit safer, a little bit more secure. Why yes, we're going to write those changes right to that disk. Yeah, so one of the games that I really liked playing was, at the time when I first tried this, was Neverwinter Nights. And without that 3D acceleration and the open source graphics, it operates like a slideshow. It was very slow. And we're going to log in automatically. Now for computers that aren't using or going to be using 3D accelerated graphics or anything. Oh, it talks. I didn't realize that. So for computers that aren't being used for gaming, heavy gaming, then Trisquel is perfect. I would highly recommend it. Last I remember, we're going to see this time, but it was lightweight, fast, efficient, small, just did the job. It was great, Debian based off of Ubuntu, so it's compatible with all their software, except for things proprietary are left out. It should work with the repositories that Ubuntu does too, but like I said, you're going to run into problems if you need anything proprietary. But the graphics aren't a big deal anymore since, as I mentioned probably 6 times by now, they're accelerated. Alright, installation is done. We're going to restart. always scares me when it gives a weird screen like that. And then we're going to boot from the hard disk, and you're going to see the wonderful thing that is Trisquel. I didn't say this already, it's my favorite operating system. Out of all of them that I've tested, I mean, a lot of them are cool, very interesting, but this one has been my favorite, and I don't even use it because you can't use proprietary graphics drivers with it. There we go. Using this numbers on the side there won't work because for some reason it registered as 2 digits each time I pressed. And here's the home screen. And it talks. I don't need to change the background, but you can do it. There's a theme. Fonts. I think I have like something turned on. Looks like it has the mate search tool. I don't know where that is, but I think that's to copy windows. Well, I can't go no bigger, but I imagine if I installed it, then it would. Alright, so we're going to take a look around. For the internet, you have a browser, which is actually, I believe, a type of Firefox. So I believe it's written from Firefox. If you can hear the computer talking, I'm sorry. So we're going to open. We're going to take a look at that. Yeah, it's either Firefox or Chrome. Go to the add-ons menu to see. We're going to test, see if it's Firefox. I think it is, but need to turn the accessibility options off apparently. We're going to look for ad block here, try to add it. Well, it highlighted, so I think I can add it. Yeah, it's Firefox. So a browser is a type of Firefox. Just with all the proprietary branding removed, as is common with Trisquel. Wonder if we can turn off accessibility options from here. Hopefully that stopped it. It didn't. That's okay. Alright. So then we have iStuff Mail, which I believe is from Thunderbird. And then Pigeon Instant Messenger. This looks like a news feed. Remote Desktop Viewer. And Transmission. We have LibreOffice. Graphics, you have GIMP, of course. Simple Scan. And some things related to Mate. So it must be using the Mate desktop interface. And then we have Bracero, which is a disk burner. Cheese, which is a webcam viewer. This must be like sound control. And then VLC Media Player. And then it comes with a couple of games. And then Document Viewer. Screen Reader. So we'll see if we can turn that off to finish going through this, because it's really driving me nuts. I think that tells us if we're connected. Maybe that did not work. It'll just pop up when it does. Alright, so games, accessories, other. We got GDebi package installer. Let's check that out. There. So it has pretty high CPU usage, but probably a lot of that is that assistive technologies running. I wouldn't doubt if that was it. Add and remove applications. I wonder if that's going to open up like a software center or Synaptic. Kind of looks almost like Synaptic actually. Genome app install. I don't care. So you won't be able to find Nvidia proprietary drivers. We're gonna go out of there. We're gonna keep that running. System preferences. Or is it administration? Synaptic package manager. So alright, so we're gonna take a look at some other things in here. It is a little laggy, but I think that's because the CPU is taking up so much. Close, I don't care. So we're going to search for Play on Linux, which should definitely be in here. Oh, it might not be. Or maybe it needs to update. I'm going to try updating it. So it doesn't look like Play on Linux is in there, so we're going to try Wine. Looks like Wine is in there. So there's probably like a front end, like Q for Wine, which does the same function, and there's also Lutris too, so you don't really need Play on Linux. So now that I know that that's working, let's search for Nvidia to get maybe Nvidia Drivers. But as you can see, Nuevo is the only option really in here for my card. And if you look for Fresh Player might be in here, which would allow you to play Flash. It doesn't look like Fresh Player's in there. So there's Nash, which is a Flash player. So you'd probably be relying on that. Okay, so just looking at that really quick, see if there. So you'd probably have problems with Flash. Let's see. So I like the menu system in here a little bit better. Hardware, network stuff. That's where your look and feel is. And that's annoying. And so, alright, so we saw most of it. So this is a look at Trisquel. I highly recommend it if you don't need anything proprietary. You could probably either get Chrome or download Fresh Player on the side and get Flash in here to play just fine. And the open source drivers now have acceleration, as I mentioned before. So this is a very cool operating system. I recommend, if you can, to give it a shot. It's one of my favorites. And thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you like me doing reviews of operating systems. Alright, thank you.